A System 9 Sorcerer MPU, which boots correctly, at least from the perspective of the 7-segment display. That is proper boot operation. However, there's nothing on the displays, and the lamp matrix is doing nothing, and of course nothing else is working either. So my suspicion is that the blanking signal is not working correctly, and the blanking signal originates from the 555 timer at U22 pin 3. So let's go over and probe pin 3, and you can see that blanking is low, and of course that's not correct. So let's track down how blanking comes to be. It originates at pin 4 of U5. That is the PIA that talks to the 74154, which is responsible for the display. And you can see that this pin is pulsing correctly, which you would expect. So the 6821 is talking to the 74154, so that is not the problem. So if we follow the blanking signal down on the schematics to U41, pin 11, and it inverts it into pin 10. So here's pin 11. You can see that's pulsing. And here's pin 10. You can see that's stuck low. So either the 7404 has failed, or something attached to pin 10 is pulling this signal low and preventing the reset of the 555 timer. Now the 555 timer gets reset at pin 6. And you can see it's always high. So let's change out that 7404 and see what happens. Okay, let's go through how blanking is supposed to work one more time. If the game is operating properly, it'll be sending signals to the display, and U5 is the PIA that goes to the display or controls the display. It's on the data bus, and there's some chip selects and the read-write, etc. In the process of sending data to the display, PA2 or pin 4 talks to the 74154, and that also pulses a signal that goes all the way down here to the 7404 at U41, which inverts it. There's a coupling capacitor at C15. This thing never fails. This is a couple of voltage dividing resistors, and then it links up to pin 2 of the 555, goes through this Q6 to N4403, and then up to pin 6. So we should see pin 2 and pin 6 of the 555 pulsing, and then the blanking signal comes out of pin 3 and pin 7. So let's see. This is the same System 9 MPU, and it boots with a 0 again, but something different. The lamp matrix is operating, and the display is operating. So let's check those signals that we checked earlier. And here's where the blanking originates, pin 4. And it is pulsing. And then it goes down to pin 11 of the 7404. And it is pulsing. And then it'll be inverted. The inverted signal will be at pin 10. And you can see that's different from what we read before. It was stuck low. So it is being inverted correctly. And then it runs over to pins 2 and pin 6 of the 555. Pin 2 and pin 6. What am I doing here? Oh, there's no signal on pin 6, but the blanking comes out of pin 3, and you can see that that blanking is high. So that allows all of the peripheral devices on the game to operate that are also tied in with the blanking, and that's mostly the coils, because 7408 is a AND function, And the blanking has to be ANDed with the signal that comes from the driver IC. So let's test this Sorcerer CPU since it's working now. Once again, the lamp matrix is operating. The only solenoid that's on is the coin lockout solenoid, and the displays are operating. Excellent. No sounds at 6 and 7. Lamp matrix is operating correctly. And system 9 didn't multiplex the coils, so it'll go down the red column and then down this green, mostly green column. And they're working correctly. Special solenoids. This simulates the switch inputs, and that is working. And the next test is switch test. And let's see what the last switch is. 45 on Sorcerer. Correct. I wish Williams had just done all 64 all the time. Let's see, I've installed NVRAM on this, so we can set setting 18 to 00, and then that will be free play. And cycle through the adjustments. And it's back to normal operation. So thank you for sending it. Much fun. Somebody was fiddling with the 6821 trying to fix the blanking, but of course that didn't turn out to be the issue, or at least I guess it could have failed, but the ultimate issue was the 7404.